I don't know who Barbara Goldberg is, but I don't know. She's kind of like a distant relative now. We're like a family, that we both enjoy this record. I could just kind of sense that she enjoyed it just as much as I have. Gosh, this is a great record. Just look at the color on this old shellac record story. I mean, that's beautiful. Look at that. Today this would be, like an app on your phone that you'd have to go look up so you could read this. Oh, that's just beautiful. I love the ring that you get around here. I know that this is just me and every other audiophile is gonna go, what? But it just, you can just see the archaeology of time, that this record has just been in here forever, and maybe something was pressed up against it which caused that ring. You can just see the life of this record. And it actually sounds pretty good too on top of it. It just bugs the crap out of me that they have this pre-printed sticker that obviously was originally a sticker, but it's on the package permanently. It's on the cover. It's just so cheap. They scanned in the original and didn't even bother removing the sticker. Take off the sticker! Keep saying I'm going to get these organized and kind of get them in some sort of library type system of cataloging, but I never do. My son always says, "That's the skeleton man, Daddy." Good thing I don't show him this side of the record. A lot of guys have their hidden collection of pornography. Well, this is my hidden collection right here. Oh yeah. I had to perform some surgery here. It was touch and go for a while, but I think it's gonna pull through. Yeah. Mannheim Steamroller Christmas, totally awesome. I gotta be honest though, I always thought the tree at the bottom was opening up and descending into the pits of hell. Star Wars, man. I can pretty much guarantee that Disney's gonna sue me now. Man, I want that sweater. I wouldn't mind that couch either. In fact, I basically just want to order everything there from Hipsters R Us. During the year 2021, there are a lot of different reasons to be collecting vinyl records. Most people that you see on places like YouTube or that kind of thing are collecting this kind of stuff because they want it to have the perfect sound. They're audiophiles, and so they're listening in and they're hearing all the nuances of the music. I gotta be honest, that's not me. I don't have that kind of perfect ear. Some people collect vinyl records because it's just kind of hipster cool. And, you can kind of show it off in your house. And that's, a little bit closer. I definitely like to show off vinyl. But the thing that I really, really like about vinyl is that it's something for me to put my hands on. It makes me feel connected. I work virtually. Right now, I do most of my free time virtually. If I see friends, I might do a quick video chat. Seeing my family, a lot of times right now, is through phone or FaceTiming because we have distance between us. My entire world right now is virtual. And there's something really nice about having something that you hold in your hands. It's really nice to have something that you have to take care of. You have to hold it gently. You have to make sure you take it out of the sleeve correctly. You have to make sure you put it away so that it doesn't get broken, bent, or warped. There's something about having a hands-on connection to the media of music and not just having that digital file that's clean on my computer that I have no connection with. I know that this is a crummy record player. It's not great, and if I had more money, I would really go with a better one. But I like, to a certain degree, hearing those scratches and pops. The stuff that seems to distract others when it comes to listening to vinyl records is actually what draws me to it. I love the sound of the needle hitting it. I love actually hearing a little bit of that groove. It's the years passing on the record, and I feel like I can experience the history of this record listening to it. Those little pops and cracks are just kind of romantic. They remind me of a fire flame, sitting in front of that fire and just feeling warm, holding the person that's next to you. That pop and crackle is just sweet and romantic. And I don't know why so many people don't like that sound. I want to hear that sound. It's a romantic sound, and it makes me feel like I'm being taken away to some place that's warm and comforting. This old shellac record is over 100 years old. It's Ave Maria. The recording for this is over 100 years old, but there's actually something on the flip side which tells me that it's actually a repressing from a little bit later. What I find most interesting about Little Toot here is this is just a segment from the film Melody Time, as it says right there. And this is basically the home video of its time, or the streaming video, the Disney Plus, whatever generation ends up watching this. This was their way of taking a film home at that time. My grandfather would have loved to have this record. In fact, you know what? There's a good chance he probably did. This is a cool record I found at my local Goodwill. It's actually for performance. It was made for the Baltimore City Public Schools, and I think it's for public performance because the needle will actually stop and hang out in the groove between each track. And that's because they wanted this to be utilized for public performance, and they wanted to be able to control moving on to the next song so that it wasn't bleeding into the next song as they were performing. The cool thing is I probably heard this at a local event because I know that these records were still in use well into the 80s and in some places into the early 90s. I look at this comic from the Beatles' Magical Mystery Tour, and I just wonder, what were they thinking? It's just all over the place. The Beatles, they're amazing. They're just so weird. This Hammer Dulcimer record apparently came from this small label, and I can't find anything about them online. They probably sold very few copies. It says Smith up here, that it was owned and it was recorded by Smith, so it was probably just held onto for years, a record that they couldn't get people to buy. But I listened to it, and it's beautiful. It's actually one of my favorites. It doesn't matter that it's all molded over here. What really matters is what's inside the music. I grew up listening to this record with my family. It reminded me when we were able to go to Disneyland and be together and do all kinds of crazy things, but my favorite part was the Electrical Light Parade. I loved hearing that music. I loved seeing the lights. I loved being able to kind of hold on to my parents and sit on my dad's shoulders and see the parade. When I listen to this record, it makes me think of that time, and I miss it. I miss being a kid. I miss being able to enjoy things with the same kind of freedom. And a record like this takes me back to listening to it as a kid in my home and thinking back to that wonderful time with my family. I put it on for my son now, and he enjoys it too. He dances. He thinks that it's silly and fun, and it's just passing on that legacy.